W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school soccer action featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Today's coverage is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Let's go live to the pitch and join our TV10 broadcast crew for tonight's high school soccer action. It's a rivalry matchup between Musselman and Martinsburg on the soccer pitch tonight from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium on the campus of Martinsburg High School. The Applemen entered tonight's match at 3-6-3, while Martinsburg is 3-9-3. The two teams met earlier this season. The Applemen put together its highest scoring output of the season, winning 6-1. Musselman has not been in the win column since defeating the Dogs on September 20th, and Martinsburg hasn't won an EPAC game since September 6th with a win over Jefferson 1-0. Good evening, everyone, as we welcome you inside the Matt Miller press box. I'm Nick Verzolini, joined alongside Colin McLaughlin. And Colin, it's two teams that are on losing streaks entering tonight's match. It's the one of the final games before the postseason for both of these teams. So an interesting matchup. And while Musselman dominated that last game between these two teams, haven't won since. So it should be interesting to see how they're able to play tonight.
Yeah, the Applemen currently on a 4-game losing streak, all against Eastern Panhandle teams other than Hampshire. Hampshire, they lost to 3-2, Hedgesville 2-1, Jefferson 4-2, and Spring Mills 3-0. So they've been competitive so far in those 4 losses, and this one being the final game of the season for Musselman against Martinsburg, getting ready for the postseason, which starts next week, and Musselman, to start sectional play, will be at Hedgesville. As for Martinsburg, as you already said, Nick, they're on a losing streak as well. I believe it's been 4 losses and then 2 ties before that, so the last win for Martinsburg was September 27th in dominating fashion, but it was against Berkeley Springs, a AA school, by a final score of 11-1. These two teams are geared up, ready to go. We just saw a pretty competitive JV game in which Musselman got the 4-2 victory. So as you mentioned, it's a rivalry game, and Martinsburg's looking to try to get revenge after the 6-1 loss the last time these two teams met last month.
And you look at it, it's a pretty young Martinsburg team. Only 4 seniors on the varsity roster, and they're led by a freshman in Hughes who has 6 goals this season of the Bulldogs 30. That is the team lead there for Martinsburg. Fisher, the senior, he has 4 goals. Evans, the junior, has 4 goals. But the Hughes has been a huge part of this team. Mason Hughes, a freshman, wearing number 7, 6 goals. on the year, 12 points for them, and that's impressive to have a young freshman kind of leading your way and a bright future for this Martinsburg team. While it hasn't been the season that the Bulldogs wanted, to have that bright future there, that's something to build on for next season, and they can continue to get better throughout this season.
Yeah, and one of the guys that have really fed him the ball is the senior Anthony Hernandez, leading the way with 8 assists so far for the Bulldogs. So the senior leader really understanding his role and being able to get the ball to those goal scorers so far, and we'll have to see if he does the same tonight and can help Martinsburg the victory.
In goal for Martinsburg this season, Huffman, the junior, has led the way for the Bulldogs this year. 11 saves for him this season. Averages about 2 goals allowed per contest. Dakota Huffman, a junior, he's been the guy in goal for Martinsburg this year. And, again, you have a guy coming back for next season that's shown some great strides as a leader on this team this year, Colin.
Yeah, he definitely has, and looking at him right now in goal, trying to warm up, it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight. Fortunately, he is at home, so he's comfortable with the goal posts, but you can tell that the rain, literally right as the JV game ended, I heard outside and saw the commotion in the stands on that far side of the pitch. The umbrella's opening up, and the sky is opened up as well, so it'll be interesting to see how both goalies do tonight. Because of the rain, trying to be able to catch the ball that's coming at them off shots, it might cause for some slipperiness, and that might allow for some loose balls that are 50-50 whenever it's on the turf.
Yeah, I know sometimes it can be tough to track the ball in the lights, and then you add the rain to that as well. Definitely could play a factor tonight. And I was just about to say to you, too, it looks like the rain's going to hold off, Colin, right before the downpour happened. So while I didn't say it out loud, I might have jinxed it in my head. But we're going to take our first break here on the pregame show, and when we return, we'll talk more about the visitors, the Musselman Applemen tonight. This is West Virginia High School Soccer on Talk Radio, or on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
Back to Martinsburg High School as we continue here on the pregame show, getting you set for Musselman Martinsburg Boys Soccer Edition. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Colin McLaughlin. And Colin, we talked a lot about the Bulldogs in that first segment. Let's now talk about the Musselman Applemen team, led on the year in the goals category by Jason Gordon, number 22. 7 goals for him this season, a part of the 3-6-3 Musselman team. And Gordon's a kid that we've seen do great things on the basketball court. We see him on the football field as well as the kicker for the Applemen football team. So very good athlete, and it shows out there on the soccer field.
Yeah, and we know, since you already mentioned that he's a basketball player, he has the size advantage and the physique that you want in a typical striker up front, being able to really make sure he can keep possession, body the defenders, push them off a little bit legally, and create space for himself, and that's why he leads the team with 7 goals so far this year, and I would not be surprised if tonight we get to see him with a few.
Seeing some goal scorers. It's a pretty balanced attack, though, for Musselman. David Zepeda has 3 goals this season. Chaz Fields with 4 goals. But a guy that kind of does a little bit of everything on the offense. Ethan Stegmeyer, 3 goals this season, 7 assists. And he'll handle the long throws and the free kicks for Musselman as well. So it's a pretty good balanced attack for the Applemen. While this losing streak has been pretty long, this team has some talent and has some experience as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing just how long the throw-ins are of Ethan Stegmeyer. I remember back when I played, there was a kid that could throw it almost like 30 yards, so it seemed like each time his throw-ins were anywhere in the attacking zone, it was basically a corner kick. So if he's able to do that, it's a huge advantage for the Applemen, because even when it seems like they won't have the capability to score just because of the positioning on the field that they're in, he has the capability to change that and actually give them a chance.
In goal for Musselman will be Oscar Duran tonight. Duran wearing number 1. We'll have to see how he is able to hold up. But obviously last time these two teams played, only allowed that 1 goal in the Musselman 6-1 win over Martinsburg. So, playing in the rain, how do you think that affects things for these goalies tonight, Colin? I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the last segment. It could be difficult to get some good reads on the ball. And it is a turf field, so that helps with the draining, but it still could become kind of slick out there if this rain continues at a steady pace.
No, I completely agree, and it's a faster-paced ball because it's on the turf. Since it's thinner blades being the turf, that ball's going to roll a lot more compared to what Musselman is used to at home, playing on a grass field that is a little bit smaller in size than the turf field here at Martinsburg. And I know because of them having a grass field, if it was there, it most likely would have been canceled. I mean, the girls' game was actually postponed, I believe, to tomorrow because these two schools were scoring off on the girls' side of things as well at Musselman. But when I checked the schedule this morning, it was already canceled because of the sloppy conditions at Musselman.
All right, we'll take our final 2-minute break here on the pregame show. When we return, we will continue to break down this matchup and be ready for kickoff momentarily. So let's take a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Soccer on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? No matter what you think, you can have it either way. Rock's new bagel croissant and chicken waffle breakfast sandwiches are made fresh every morning. Rock's local market.
Rise and shine. You're gonna be late for work. Good morning, sleepyhead. Have a good one.
Rock's new bagel croissant and chicken waffle breakfast sandwiches are made fresh every morning. Rock's local market.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group. a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field here at Martinsburg High School as it's steady rain, not though too hard, of showers as we get you set for Martinsburg Musselman Boys Soccer Edition. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Colin McLaughlin. So kind of some interesting things about the soccer setup, Colin. We got both teams on the same sideline. Here on the home side for football, and the Applemen coming out in the white jerseys with the red numbers and red shorts, and Martinsburg, of course, in the orange with the black numbers and black shorts. And for me, it's just weird to see a Musselman team with no green in the uniform, besides, of course, the goalies wearing kind of a neon green to kind of distinguish them from just the regular players.
Yeah, I agree that there's no hint of Kelly green on the uniforms, and it does throw you off compared to all the other Musselman Applemen teams, but we know because of the orange and black that Martinsburg's the only team that wears those colors in the area, so it's Musselman donning the white and red tonight.
Yeah, looking more like Spring Mills or Washington than Musselman in some ways, so we do know it's Musselman Applemen soccer, but a little bit different look than what we may be used to as the lights are on here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. And we're just kind of waiting to see if there will be a national anthem or not. I don't know what the sound system situation is.
A speaker going on. I know the PA system's still down here at Coburn Field after last week, the freshman game, I believe, on Wednesday, there was a power outage that ended that game, and also, unfortunately, it seems like ended the capabilities of the PA system here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. So people from outside sources have to bring in sound speakers as well as a PA system that is not hooked up to all the speakers that are around the stadium, so we'll have to wait and see if they have the capability to plug in a phone or something to play the national anthem, or if we're just a few short moments away from kickoff.
Yeah, it's right now just kind of a lot of standing around, but Colin, if I know we haven't seen these two teams play a lot, or we haven't seen them play at all, but just some things that you think could help either team get a win tonight. What are some keys to the game, in your opinion? Just it could be super generic since we haven't really seen these teams, but just some things that you think could help get the win tonight.
Possess the ball, have shots on goal, and since it's a rivalry, it's going to be a very physical matchup between these two teams, but you got to keep it cool. Don't have any penalties that are costly that might possibly turn into a yellow or even a red card. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll have to see how the weather holds up. It looks like the rain either has slowed down or stopped now, as I see on the far side some of the umbrellas being put away, but because of the rain that we had during pregame, the players out there that were just warming up already feel the wetness of their uniforms, their cleats, so you'll just have to keep that out of your head and try to stay positive tonight.
Yeah, the good thing, too, I think it's a warm night. Temperatures in the 60s this evening, So as you get later in the season, sometimes you have to deal with some cold weather. And, of course, tonight, kind of a warmer night. So if the rain can hold off for the most part, it should be a pretty clean match between these two teams. So we do have the PA system now. But 40 minutes are on the clock. And it's Musselman, Martinsburg. Both teams enter with 3 wins. The Bulldogs sitting at 3-9-3, while Musselman is 3-6-3. And the Applemen last won on September 20th against Martinsburg 6-1. And the last win for Martinsburg was on the 27th against Berkeley Springs, which was 11-1 victory. As the Musselman starters are being announced, we can give you the starters for Musselman. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the Martinsburg starters, but in goal will be Oscar Duran. Jacob Clemens will be out there. Jacob Gordon will be out there as well, number 2 and number 3. Number 4, Cameron Cromwell. Number 5, Connor Brown. Number 12, Ben Ettinger. Number 14, David Cepeda. Number 19, Ethan Stegmeyer. Number 21, Chaz Fields. Number 22, Jason Gordon. And number 31, Matt Kinsall. And like I said, unfortunately, we didn't have the Martinsburg starters before the game, but those were the Musselman Applemen starters. Colin, you want to take like another minute break here, or you think we should take a 2-minute?
I was about to say probably wait for the national
we can wait for the anthem.
Martinsburg has lost the past 3 meetings between these two. So the last time the Bulldogs were victorious over Musselman was October 6th of 2020 by a final score of 2-1. The past 3 meetings, Musselman won September 27th of 2021, 1-0. October 14th of 2021, 4-0. And the most recent one, the one that you've already mentioned, Nick, September 20th of this year by a final score of 6-1. Both teams, though, searching for 4th win of the season for each side. Hopefully we don't see a tie tonight and that it's a pretty entertaining game. A lot of players on both sides, and you want to send it down to the PA so that we can see if maybe we can get Martinsburg starters?
Sure, sounds like a good idea.
Number 17, Dallas Richards. Number 18, Colin Hancock. Number 21, Robert Kay. Number 24, Brandon Garcia. Number 25, Dakota Huffman. And starting for the Bulldogs, number 2, Crew Christinger. Number 3, Bryce Carper. Number 4, Mason May. Number 5, Tanner Adams. Number 10, Anthony Hernandez. Number 13, Sam Collins. Number 20, Wes Navarro. Number 23, Gabe Gutierrez. Number 26, Andrew Fisher. Number 31, Colin Evans. And number 29, John Stitchcomb. Head coach is Patrick Tetrick, and assistants are Tracy Adams, Roger Osherman, and Chris Mesner.
All right, so we were able to get those Bulldog starters, and now we'll have the national anthem. So let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
To Martinsburg High School, Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin here for Martinsburg, Musselman, West Virginia High School boys soccer action. Back in the studio is Spencer Dupuis. On camera tonight is Braden Schaffner. And Colin, we're just about ready for this match. So exciting matchup here, a rivalry game. These two teams met earlier this year. It was a 6-1 win for Musselman, but Martinsburg is a young team, so we'll see how they have made improvements to this point in the season. I can go over the starters for you once again here. We got Crew Chris Singer for Martinsburg, number 3, Bryce Carper, number 4, Mason May, number 5, Tanner Adams, number 10, Anthony Hernandez, number 13, Sam Collins, number 20, Wesley Navarro. Number 23, Gabe Gutierrez. Number 26, Andrew Fisher. Number 29, John Stickham. And number 31, Colin Evans. And then for Musselman, in goal tonight, number 1, Oscar Duran. Number 2, Jacob Clemens. Number 3, Jacob Gordon. Number 4, Cameron Cromwell. Number 5, Connor Brown. Number 12, Ettinger. Number 14, David Zapata. Number 19, Ethan Stegmeyer. Number 21, Chaz Fields. Number 22, Jason Gordon. And number 31, Matt Kinsall. Kickoff will go to Martinsburg to begin things. It's a good through ball here to the near side. Hernandez trying to chase it down. He is shot in. A great save in goal by Oscar Dern. We could have had a quick start there, Colin, as streaking down the near side of the field. Excuse me, that was Wesley Navarro down the near side. And he put on a good shot on goal. We'll have a corner kick for Martinsburg.
Yeah, it was a great start. The back pass for the kickoff. Everybody on Musselman pressed up.
Off the corner, it's played by the Applemen, as they'll have to get a clear here. And ball being headed around. And it's being played here on the near sideline by the Bulldogs and now kicked out. This is kicked out there by Sam Collins. So Musselman has the throw-in. Bulldogs get it back to Carper. Now with it is Sam Collins. Over here goes Musselman on the offensive attack. Through ball attempted there by Musselman, but chasing it down is the Bulldogs.
Yep, they got to get used to that turf. Speed of the passers are going to be a lot faster because of it.
Ball being played on the Martinsburg side of the field. The Bulldogs now at the counterattack. Through ball to the far side. Played off the front post here, and Dern dives on top of it. And we'll kick it away for Musselman.
So far, a pretty good start for the Bulldogs. Really been the aggressor, pressing forward.
Navarro lets it go out of bounds. It'll be Martinsburg throw in here on the near side at midfield. Deep throw in, trying to connect with Navarro, was Andrew Fisher. But ball goes out of bounds, so we'll go back to the Applemen here as we have about 37.5 minutes to go in this first half. Things just getting started between Martinsburg and Musselman. No score between the two teams. Bulldogs have it in the middle of the field. It's Hernandez playing it through. Far side now for Martinsburg with possession. Cross not there, and it will be a goal kick for the Applemen.
I believe that was Navarro trying to charge forward on that touch line from the far post. Just got the ball tapped off his shin before going out for the goal kick.
So Musselman in possession. Duran will have the goal kick, and he'll leave it off for his teammate who actually boots it away up toward midfield. And now with it is Navarro. Ball changing possessions between Musselman and Martinsburg. Back with it now are the Bulldogs on the offensive attack, and now the ball rolls out of play. It'll be Musselman possession. Quick throw in here from Fisher. Gets it into Navarro. Navarro with a deep cross and heads out of bounds.
Yeah, just too far, but so far so good for Martinsburg. They've really been able to possess the ball the majority of this start. Musselman just needs to clean up the passes a little bit, have shorter passes to really get things going.
Yeah, they've kept it on this Musselman side of the field for the most part here. So here's Kinsall with the ball for Musselman. Moving it into the midfield is Jason Gordon. The lengthy Gordon dumps it down over here. Kinsall trying to chase after it before it heads out of bounds. And on the coverage there for Martinsburg defensively was Krissinger. Quick throw in, headed off by the Applemen. Here's Navarro working it to the midfield. There's Carper. Carper with the through ball attempt. Could be trouble as the Dogs get in on it, but Duran comes out of the 18-yard box to clear it for the Musselman Applemen. Musselman now on the counterattack, moving it to the near side. Quickly here goes the Applemen.
Good negative pass, but Martinsburg was able to get numbers back to defend.
Musselman gets it back on the offensive attack. Ettinger. Now with possession of it is Gordon, Jacob Gordon. Musselman with the ball now on the far side. Brown loses it. Martinsburg gets it back. Musselman trying to get the attack going. Gordon to Gordon. Now a attempt to lead it in on a through ball, but it goes right to the goalkeeper for Martinsburg, which is Tanner Adams tonight. Musselman gets the possession back. Martinsburg trying to set up some offense, and Duran again comes out and plays that ball. You like the aggressiveness from Duran in goal as that one hits off of Gordon, or Colin, do you prefer him to kind of stay back?
No, I like the aggressiveness as long as they can keep it up for the entire time. I think the aggressiveness has definitely helped Martinsburg so far, allow Musselman to have to really scramble.
Yeah, Martinsburg's been the quicker and more aggressive team here early. Had that great start to the match as Navarro plays a through ball there on the far side. Soon as Hernandez with the through ball. Here's a cross in, knocked away by Duran. Martinsburg has it in the box. There's a long pass from the near side for the Bulldogs, and the ball will roll out of play. It will be a throw-in, though, for Martinsburg.
Yeah, great save by Duran, I believe, there in goal, able to bounce that one out to a side, and Martinsburg just needed to follow the shot.
Throw comes in, kind of dangerous here as the Bulldogs chase it down on the near side. But a poor pass allows Musselman to take back over. And the Applemen try to get a little bit of offense going in its favor. Losing possession there is Kinsall. Now here's a through ball broken up by Musselman, and ball goes out of bounds. So Martinsburg gets the possession back. Fisher throws it in, but Musselman gets it right back for them. Here's Collins. Collins lost it. Two teams trading possessions. Hernandez throws it back to his defenseman. Gordon comes away with it from Musselman. Now the Applemen on the attack here near side, trying to chase it down and keep it alive. And coming up hobbling for Musselman is Ettinger. Excuse me, that's 13. Which for Musselman is McGinnis. So McGinnis typically doesn't start, but he has been an impactful player off the bench, so Musselman getting him in the starting lineup here tonight. In the midfield, Applemen with possession here, move it over to Gordon. Here's a kick deep into the Martinsburg zone as the two teams kind of change possession.
Yeah, you can see a big difference right now in these two teams. Shorter passes for Martinsburg, and right now for Musselman, it's been a lot of longer passes, and it's been going right to the Bulldogs.
Typically, that's not something that works a whole lot. Usually, if you can get those short, quick passes, it can get you down the field a little bit more efficiently, and we've seen that from Martinsburg, who has a corner kick here. No score between the two teams. Martinsburg Musselman boys soccer as we approach about 30 and a half minutes to go in this first half, and offsides.
I think it was a handball.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense there, where they were on the field. But, Colin, that's why you're the expert.
I wouldn't go that far. I just saw it hit the hand.
Well, then I don't know. You got the better vision than I do, I guess, right?
I got help from the cameraman.
There you go. Braden Schaffner doing a great job for us this evening as here the ball goes out of play, and Martinsburg, takes back over possession for the Bulldogs. So it'll be a throw-in for Martinsburg. And it goes back to the Applemen. Gordon with the possession. Jacob Gordon, that is. Hernandez had it for a moment, but then lost control.
I like the idea of the give and go there for Musselman. Pass was just too far ahead of the wing.
Ettinger trying to get to it for the Applemen, but couldn't track it down. Good aggressive play here for Musselman, but Martinsburg keeps possession, and ball gets through the defense. Duran coming all the way out to the 15-yard line to boot that one away. Could have been trouble in favor of the Bulldogs, but now Jacob Gordon has it at midfield. Jason Gordon with possession for a moment as Musselman gets its offense going. Here's a through ball, and McGinnis, I believe that was, trying to chase it down. Or that time it's Kinsall, and Kinsall couldn't chase it down. It goes out of play. It'll be Martinsburg possession.
Yep, I like the idea of quickly trying to change fields there. They saw the space. Unfortunately for Musselman, the pass was just too hard and rolled quickly on the turf.
So no score. Martinsburg Musselman boys soccer action. Gordon. Musselman hasn't really been in the offensive zone much, and here's a shot and wide of the goal.
I think that's the first shot. Might have been the second shot tonight for Musselman.
Chaz Fields trying to put it on goal for the Applemen. Cromwell will check in for Musselman. coming in for McGinnis. So those two flipped. Normally Cromwell is the starter, but changing it tonight in favor of McGinnis, and now we see Cromwell on the pitch. Applemen with the possession. Here's Cromwell trying to get a get and go going for Musselman's offense. There's a high pass that will go out of play. And the Bulldogs have a throw-in. But they'll give the possession right back to Musselman.
Who gives it right back to Martinsburg?
Yeah. Kind of been the feel of this early goings here. Obviously, Martinsburg feels like they've gotten a few more opportunities than Musselman, but really besides that first one, literally seconds into the match, there hasn't been a great opportunity for either team.
I agree. That was definitely the best opportunity of the night so far, but again, the night's still young.
It is young, as Martinsburg will have a substitution run on here. It will be Dallas Richards running on for Gabe Gutierrez. As Musselman trying to get some offense going. Here's a counterattack through ball attempt broken up by the Bulldogs, but Musselman gets it right back. And trying to push like a 2-on-5 for the Applemen. Now they'll slow things down and lose possession. Fields the man they're trying to set up.
Yep, the back line of Martinsburg right now staying really strong defensively, keeping positioning. Now have to do it again, though.
And Musselman back on the counterattack with possession in the offensive zone of Martinsburg. And it'll be a throw-in for the Applemen on the far sideline. Seen an effort to try to work the ball into Chaz Fields a lot here early on. Two teams fighting for it. The Musselman sideline wanting something there as Cameron Cromwell was working in on the Bulldog defense, but no call from the officials. So we have about 25.5 minutes to go in this first half of play. No score between Martinsburg and Musselman. Bulldogs with it on the Musselman side of the pitch, but the Applemen get it back. Good job by Gordon to take it away. And here's Musselman on the fast break. Chaz Fields with the touch in the Martinsburg offensive zone. Would have been a tough possession because there's still two Martinsburg defenders sprinting back. But he loses it. Here's a through ball into Navarro, and there's the offsides.
Right idea, but Navarro just got too excited, needed to realize where he was on the pitch.
Sometimes, too, I mean, you get those opportunities, and you never know. Maybe the official misses the call, or maybe you're just, it's hard to tell sometimes if you're offsides or not, and if you're in the heat of the moment. But Musselman gets it back here with the free kick. Here's Fields over to Gordon. Gordon dribbling into the Bulldog defense. Splits two defenders. Look at Gordon go. He gets it to Fields, and now Musselman will kind of reset back to Gordon. Collins breaking it up for the Dogs. Musselman with it now in the midfield. Two teams kind of change possession here. Here's Hernandez. Through ball, Navarro trying to chase it down. Duran comes down and he'll kick it away. The Bulldog offense getting it up the field quite a bit into the Musselman defensive zone, but so far nothing to show for it for either team. The Applemen offense, though, has really picked it up, it seems like, Colin.
Yeah, a little bit when they've had the chances, but still the better chances and more of the possession have been in the favor of Martinsburg right now, as you can see, still with the ball, trying to keep it on the offensive half of the field for the Bulldogs.
Collins with a good aggressive play for Martinsburg to keep this possession alive initially. Now Carper will send it back toward the defense. As Musselman retreats, and we have a whistle.
I believe we had a foul called against Martinsburg, a little bit of a push off the ball.
Yep, so it'll be a free kick for the Applemen on the far side of the field. 22 and a half minutes to go between Martinsburg and Musselman first half. And Cromwell trying to chase it down for Musselman, but the Bulldogs counter. Navarro.
Great speed by Navarro, just barely.
Couldn't keep it in. You see the potential there for Navarro on this near side wing, this right wing position, and what he's able to do against this Musselman defense early on. Colin getting into the zone quite a bit. Just hasn't quite executed on those opportunities, but you keep pushing, you keep putting pressure on the defense, eventually one's going to go for you.
Yeah, the space is there for Navarro, it seems like, on this near side. He clearly has the advantage when it comes to speed. The passes just need to be a little more crisper down the line.
Great possession here for Musselman as the Gordon brothers carving up the Bulldog defense. But a turnover gives it possession now back to Martinsburg, and after the foul by Musselman, it'll be a free kick. Bulldogs want to go quickly. They're trying to play it through to Navarro, and that will go out of bounds and be a goal kick.
I like the idea. However, I thought it should have been done with a free kick to the far side of the pitch. They had more space over there, and the wing on that far side actually had the better positioning with no defender on them compared to Navarro.
Coming up on about 20 minutes to go in this first half. Applemen with it on its own side of the field. Be a throw in there on the far side for Connor Brown. Gordon loses it to Collins. Now gets it back. Ball is dribbled out of bounds. We'll go back to Martinsburg now. Off of the throw-in goes the Bulldogs. Two teams just kind of trading possessions right now at midfield.
Beautiful tackle. And that ball's just going to roll out.
So another throw-in for Musselman, who will go quickly. Surprised we haven't seen a goal yet. The two teams combined for 7 goals in their last meeting. Obviously, 6 of them in Musselman's favor, but Martinsburg's made the adjustments tonight to at least keep things close here early on.
Yeah, they look like the better team so far, in my opinion, Nick. They've been able to press, put pressure on both sides, offensively and defensively, for Musselman, and really dominated possession.
Yeah, haven't really seen, though, just a lot of shots from either team. Musselman maybe with 2, I believe, and Martinsburg maybe 2 or 3. So while it seems like Martinsburg's kind of dominated the possession and has had the ball on the Musselman side of the field a lot, just still not getting a ton of opportunities, which is something this Bulldog team will want to look forward to. As here's a throw-in from the corner and a header, and it's in the back of the net for Musselman. It is Chaz Fields with the header. Excuse me, that is McGinnis. McGinnis with the header for Musselman. Puts the Applemen on top here 1-0 with 18:53 to go in this first half.
McGinnis' second goal of the year, and I mentioned it during the pregame. I wanted to see just how well the long throw-ins of Stegmeyer were. And there you go, a beautiful throw to the back post, and McGinnis was just sitting there.
So Musselman gets the early 1-0 lead and appear to have a jolt all of a sudden. Gordon plays it in. Musselman works it back, But now the Bulldogs take back over. Here's a through ball. Duran can get to that one easily. He'll just dive on top of it to keep the possession for Musselman. And now he'll boot it away. Applemen trying to keep it alive. Good attempt here by Gordon, but he couldn't get to it. That is Jacob Gordon trying to keep that one alive. So Martinsburg back with the possession. Fisher throwing it in front of the Musselman bench. Hernandez pestering the Applemen offense. Jason Gordon tries a through, but it's taken away by the Bulldogs. Now Jason Gordon gets it back. In the midfield, Gordon trying to push for the Applemen. Great move by Jason Gordon. 3-on-2 opportunity for Musselman. Kinsall sends one in, and there to save it for Martinsburg was Tanner Adams. So 1-0. Musselman on top of Martinsburg, and since that goal, Colin, we've seen the flip in momentum, and we've seen the Applemen now pushing the Bulldog defense a little bit more.
Yeah, they can smell the blood in the water after the first goal, realizing that if they continue to put pressure, they might be able to get a second one quickly.
McGinnis plays it. Gordon. That ball on the far side. Musselman working it in. Here's McGinnis again. Excuse me, that's Kinsall, and now a loss of possession, but a foul call. It's a good opportunity here for a free kick. Standing about 34 yards away from the goal. 35. Under 16 minutes to play in this first half. It's 1-0. Musselman on top. Jacob Gordon might take this free kick, or it could be Ettinger as well. Both guys standing by the ball, and Gordon will take it. He plays it into the goal, and Adams is right there to save it, and now booted away. Navarro trying to chase it down for the Bulldogs on the counter. Navarro in those pink cleats has it bounce off his face and out of bounds, but then go off of a Musselman defender, and it will be Martinsburg possession. And there's a collision here on this near side.
Trying to see, it looked like they might have called a foul on Navarro, or did they just allow it? Wow, I thought I saw Navarro go in for the tackle, but they're calling a penalty against Musselman.
Jacob Clements, the man hit with the foul there.
So Musselman will set up a three-man wall as Duran on the near post trying to adjust them.
1-0, Musselman leading Martinsburg. About 14:40 to go in this first half of play. Here's a cross in, and it doesn't really connect with anybody. It'll be Musselman possession.
Carper had a beautiful curve on that free kick to the back post. We had a penalty, I believe, as well.
Yeah. So Duran will take the free kick, or Musselman will continue to do this little strategy where they have the defenseman take it. Very interesting to see. I haven't seen that before personally, but I'm not a consistent soccer watcher, I should say, I guess. Gordon to Gordon. Jacob to Jason. Shot and goal for Musselman! And they hit the gritty as well, as it's 2-0 Applemen on top. And it's Chaz Fields with the goal for the Musselman Applemen on the pass from Jacob Gordon.
Just a quick build-up to get that goal started in the back off the penalty. The free kick, beautiful, crisp passes. Caught Martinsburg out of space and off guard.
Sometimes that can happen off of free kicks, even ones deep in the zone. Here's Navarro trying to chase one down for Martinsburg, and excellent goalkeeping by Duran to get to that loose ball. Collins splits the Applemen defense. Dump off to Navarro, and just a miscommunication or mistiming on that pass, and the possession goes back to Musselman.
Looks like Navarro not happy with something. Head referee talking to him a little bit, just trying to calm him down.
It's been pretty physical here on this near side.
And it's really picked up after the second goal now as well. You can see some frustration setting in for Martinsburg, who at the start was the better team, had the better possession, the better passes. But quickly, Musselman was able to strike twice and now have control.
Here's Kinsall. Plays it inside to Fields. Fields to Gordon. Nice through ball. But Jason Gordon can't chase that one down on the pass from his brother, and it heads out of play. Will be Martinsburg possession. 2-0. 12:20 to go in this first half between Martinsburg and Musselman. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you with us on this Thursday night. Part of, it's been a busy week for us here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Navarro working into the Applemen zone. Good pass. Opportunity for Martinsburg, and the shot is wide of the goal.
I think it got deflected. Looks like Martinsburg's going to have a corner kick.
That's not good offense, and if you just get a little bit better touch on that initial pass from Navarro, Colin, we could see a 2-1 ball game right there.
Well, now Martinsburg's going to have to decide who's taking the corner kick, as
they're going to take it on this near side, I believe.
Yeah, there's somebody setting up on the far side
as well. Yeah, I saw that. I saw two soccer balls, and I didn't know where to look. But off the corner,
it's too far back.
Batted away by the Applemen. And it will stay with Martinsburg on a throw-in.
Everybody bunched up in the box, and that pass just went too far to the back post, and a handball or an illegal throw.
Can't have that. Potential opportunity for the Bulldogs is taken away due to a miscue.
Looks like it was an illegal throw.
What makes something an illegal throw?
Level. So what makes it an illegal throw is if the man that was throwing in the ball didn't go all the way back behind his head, so it has to be back and then straight forward. You can't come from a side.
Gotcha.
And you also can't have only one hand on it. You have to keep two hands on, as well as the fact that you have to have both feet on the ground the entire time. One cannot come up, and also your plant foot cannot go over the line.
Not certain if I've ever seen that, and of course for the...
Yeah, typically you don't see it anymore at the high school level. You usually see it in youth soccer, but it's a rare occurrence.
Well, there you go. We appreciate the explanation. Musselman with it in the midfield. Collins gets it back from Martinsburg, trying to hit a streaking Navarro down on this near side, but that's kind of turned into the Martinsburg offense, and not the most efficient way. You know, early on they were getting those quick, short passes, and it was having a lot of success, but now just trying to take the top off the defense, and it hasn't really been there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the change of the style of play and the dump and run that Martinsburg has tried to switch it up to, because, as you mentioned, Nick, possession of the ball and the great start that unfortunately just didn't work to get the goal. But see, there you go, beautiful give and go. A negative pass now would have probably been a little nicer than the shot, but it almost ricocheted to a teammate.
Yeah, Hernandez puts one on goal, though, which Martinsburg hasn't had in a while. So a shot on goal with under 9 minutes to go in this first half. 2-0, Musselman on top. Gordon has it deflected and a whistle. It'll be a free kick for the Applemen.
Looks like another either handball, or did it hit the official? I believe they might be saying it hit the official, so we might have a drop ball.
That is what it was. So Martinsburg gets the possession back. Navarro plays it toward the midfield, and the Applemen regain possession. Playing it in the box. Adams in a collision there in the goal box between Adams and Fields. And Tanner Adams, the Bulldog goalkeeper, getting the worst part of it as he comes up hobbling. Will be Martinsburg possession.
We'll have to see if he's okay to stay in.
He's still limping a little bit there.
They're going to stop the clock as well because of it. Just allow him to either be switched or to give him time to see if he can stay in the game. But I believe he might have to come off because of the trainer going on the pitch.
It'll be interesting to see who Martinsburg elects to go to here, as we do have the trainer on the pitch with 8:15 to go in this first half, and they are going to have to take Adams off here as he gets helped off by the trainers.
Yeah, and unfortunately you can see that he's not putting much weight, if any, on that right leg as he hobbles off. Hopefully he's okay, but already down 2-0 and going to have to make a goalkeeper change in the first half. It's really going to put Martinsburg in a deeper hole than it's already in, being down 2-0.
And we thought coming in, Colin, I mean, Adams is only a freshman, and he's played pretty well, I think, on his opportunities, but looking at the numbers, Martinsburg has Huffman, who's a junior, who's played the most. They've had Bowman out there, the senior, a little bit as well, so they have other options in goal, but obviously the freshman Tanner Adams has proven a lot to this Bulldog program, and they wanted to give him this opportunity to start tonight. I thought he did pretty well when he was out there, but unfortunately goes down with this injury on just kind of a tough collision between him and Fields, where both guys were going hard for the ball, and now Martinsburg will have to make the change at goalie.
Yeah, and it looks like it's not a typical goalkeeper that's going in, because you don't even see a uniform on the keeper who's putting the gloves on. Just a red penny over top a black shirt for the goalkeeper now for Martinsburg. So not really sure who it is, since he just has a black shirt on. Don't have a number for him, I believe, unless you can see one through the penny, Nick, with the binoculars.
I don't see anything. I think it's just the shirt he had underneath his jersey. So
we'll have to check at halftime who that is.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure that out. But for now, he's just the mystery man. So Musselman gets the possession back. About 9 minutes to play. Kinsall plays it to Gordon. Stegmeyer trying to play one through. Excuse me, that was Clemens trying to play it through for Musselman. Under 8 minutes to go now in the first half. Applemen lose control of it. It will stay with Musselman on a throw-in on the far side.
They're going to wait for Stegmeyer to go throw this ball in from that far side.
Could be a good opportunity for Musselman as Stegmeyer set up a goal earlier. The good throw-in into the box, and it's played out by the Bulldogs. Musselman, though, will keep possession. And now Martinsburg gets it back. Collins in the midfield. Hernandez streaking down the middle of the field. Duran clears it for the Applemen. Now it's Martinsburg possession in the midfield. And ball rolls out of play. It'll be Musselman possession on the Martinsburg side of the field. 6:40 to go in the first half. 2-0. Musselman leading Martinsburg. On a pretty nice night, Thursday. We had the rain earlier, but I believe it has stopped, or if it is still raining, it's barely raining. Two teams change possession. Duran gets back to it. Martinsburg working in the midfield. Pass is deflected by the Applemen. We've kind of had a point in the game where neither team really moving or attacking too aggressively here, but Musselman trying to get something going. Here's Fields looking for Cromwell, but it's deflected by the Bulldogs. And it heads out of bounds here in front of the Musselman bench. Jacob Clemens will throw in. Kinsall. Musselman keeping it now in the midfield. 5:15 to go in the first half. And the first touch for our new goalkeeper after the injury to Adams. We'll kick it high into the sky, and Musselman keeps the possession. Kinsall. Great slide tackle here on the near side for the Bulldogs. Crew Chrissinger with the good hustle play.
Musselman substitute number 29, Garrett Lister, and Martinsburg substitute number 12, Hansel Miller.
I believe that's the JV players below us making some noise for one of their teammates that just entered into the varsity action.
Yeah, Garrett Lister checking on, or coming on for Musselman.
Musselman substitute number 4, Cameron Cromwell.
And Cromwell ran off initially, but Kinsall a little bit hobbled, so he'll run back on. As we approach the final 4 minutes of this first half, 2-0, Musselman on top of Martinsburg. Here's Lister. Over to Gordon. Musselman now really starting to dominate the possession column, but here's a turnover in the midfield. Could be dangerous for the Bulldogs using their speed on the attack, but Hernandez kind of ran out of real estate with the defender over there and made it difficult for him, so it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, typically when you see guys with the speed of Hernandez trying to pick up pace and beat the defender, you'll see a heavier touch on the ball so that he can just tap it forward and then run to it, and that time he just tapped it too far and it allowed for a goal kick.
So Musselman gets that possession right back. Gordon with it on the midfield, and I believe his hand might have touched that one.
Yeah, I almost thought we had a trip before that, but the referee did point the way of Musselman, though. So
yeah, he pointed.
That was the confusing part.
But maybe he was pointing at the player that was tripping the
either
Bulldog.
that or where the ball needed to be.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't certain if when he was tripped, if he might have accidentally touched it. Pretty good play there from the midfield, but no one to chase it down for the Bulldogs. And Duran gets to it easily. Musselman on the offensive attack. Has it knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Applemen. Final 2 minutes of the first half. 2-0. Musselman on top of Martinsburg here at Coburn Field on a rainy Thursday night as the rain does pick back up here. Ball heads out of play on the near side as trying to play it with Mason Hughes, the freshman and leading scorer for Martinsburg this season. Martinsburg now in possession, 1:38 to go in the first half. Good push here for Martinsburg's Bryce Carper, but it's taken away by the Applemen. Gordon.
He waited just a tad too long to pass it.
Fields back to Gordon, who loses it. Collins takes it away for the Bulldogs, and Collins trying to take on like 3 or 4 defenders, and now a tough play here on the near side between Collins and Clemens. It heads out of bounds. Under a minute to go in the first half. It's 2-0.
I believe Musselman's bench asking for a foul there, maybe even a yellow card. I believe they got the foul, but we'll have to wait and see if a card is pulled out or not.
Yeah, they're discussing it here on the near side. I don't know. Would you think that was worthy of a yellow, Colin?
Not yet. I think since we haven't really seen much, I know there's been a little bit more physical play, but we haven't had a warning yet. And I think right now we should really just have a verbal warning before we see a yellow card. However, I think I might be wrong.
Yep, we're going to get the yellow on Collins.
And we're going to get it on both sides.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's rare, I feel like. But
yep.
Maybe just a warning for both teams as the physicality has picked up.
I don't
Roman Murphy
like
it.
I just think if it was me in the referee spot, I would not have yet. I would have just gave a verbal warning for now, saying enough's enough. Next time it'll be a card, because caution-wise in high school, not only as typical soccer, it's 2 yellows equals the red, but also they have to come off the pitch for a little bit, and a substitution has to be made for that player that just got the yellow card. I believe it's 2 minutes, kind of like professional hockey.
So Gutierrez will come back on, and then, like I said, Roman Murphy drawing the yellow for Musselman. 46 seconds to go in the first half.
We're waiting for a ball.
We have a ball right there. So I'm not certain what we're waiting for.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong player. I didn't realize. I think there might be somebody near the touch line.
Could be a substitution here. Looks like Cromwell is jogging off. I'm not certain if maybe...
Well, it wasn't Cromwell that was cautioned.
No, it wasn't.
Unless he was too, and we are now learning that.
I don't know what the situation was, but Cromwell jogged off. I don't know if maybe he was injured or maybe didn't realize he was being taken off the pitch, but Martinsburg back with the possession. Here's Hughes. Ball gets bounced away around. Bulldogs trying to get it going. Gordon gets it back, sends one deep toward the goalkeeper.
Just trying to test him out since it's a different goalkeeper than what we had starting-wise.
So Musselman gets it back. Fields. Final 10 seconds. Play in. Martinsburg plays it cleanly, and we'll just hold it for the final few seconds of this first half. So at that break, it is Martinsburg trailing Musselman 2-0. It's a 10-minute halftime. We'll go ahead and we'll take a 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll have the halftime show. This is West Virginia High School Soccer on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
WV Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Sandeep Kashyap, Thoracic Surgery. Nurse Practitioner Dana Price, Interventional Radiology. Dr. Jessica Rude, Family Medicine. Dr. Michael Seen, Orthopedics. Dr. Emran Sheikh, Orthopedics Hand and Wrist. And Dr. Alexander Shin, Emergency Medicine. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
We welcome you back to Martinsburg High School. Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin here on the halftime show. It's Musselman 2, Martinsburg nothing between the two teams. Colin, that first half started off looking like the Bulldogs were the team that was going to get off to a quick start. Had some good offensive possessions early in the ball game, but then as that half went on, it kind of seemed like they ran out of gas maybe, or just kind of ran out of or got away from, I guess, the plan early on. And Musselman started taking control of the ball and started taking control of the possession, got some opportunities, and took this 2-0 lead here at the half. So what kind of stood out to you about that first half play?
Yeah, that's the challenge when you are the aggressors at the start and decide to press highly up the field the entire time. You tend to possibly, if you're not conditioned enough, get gassed. And I agree, Nick, it kind of seemed like what has happened to Martinsburg. Their best opportunity at a goal was within the first 10 seconds of the game off the kickoff. And after that, they still, for the first about 10-15 minutes, definitely had the better possession, the better passing. It seemed like a slow start for Musselman. But once Musselman was able to get in the attacking zone, they got the throw in, and it was a beautiful one to the back post, headed in by McGinnis. And from there, it seemed like the momentum had shifted over for the Applemen. And then the second goal was just off a quick counterattack that Martinsburg wasn't prepared for. Musselman was able to get the numbers, have beautiful through balls. And next thing you knew, it was 2-0 for the boys in white.
Yeah, Musselman able to take that 2-0 lead. Brendan McGinnis with his second goal of the season. Player that has been a bench player but got the start here tonight. And then Chaz Fields with his fifth goal of the season, which is second on the team. He scored on a nice pass from Jacob Gordon to put the Applemen up at the time 2-0. Martinsburg, not a whole lot of offensive success in that first half. A little bit of good runs from Navarro and Hernandez there on the outside, but haven't been able to get a ton of opportunities, but started the game with a great opportunity potentially.
Yeah, each time you think that those two guys that you just mentioned have a chance at the ball, Oscar Duran, the goalkeeper for Musselman, is coming out of his box and beating them to the ball and quickly clearing it to a teammate, or just clearing it to empty space to quickly end the attack that it seemed like Martinsburg was able to get. I think Martinsburg needs to go back to trying to build chances through possession instead of the dump and run because of that fact that Duran is really high up in his box, and each time you get a through ball, it's just going too deep because of the speed of the passes being on a turf pitch tonight at Martinsburg.
Yeah, so 2-0 our score here at the half. We got about 4 minutes remaining on the halftime clock. So let's go ahead and take another 2-minute break, and we come back. We'll get you set for the second half. This is West Virginia High School Soccer on Talk Radio WR, or on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Larry DeMarco and the agents at Modern Realty Results are holding a monthly homebuyers education workshop in cooperation with Gail Moxley of CMB Bank. Thinking of buying a home? Questions on where to start? Join us for our first multi-segment seminar on October 4 at 6 p.m. at the Hub Suites in Martinsburg to learn more about the home buying process and why now may still be a good time to buy. There are many programs available that might make homeownership the right path for you, even in today's changing market. Register today at modernrealtyresults.com or call 304-262-4222.
We welcome you back to Martinsburg High School. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Spencer Dupuis on camera tonight is Braden Schaffner. Colin, 2-0, Musselman leading Martinsburg here at Coburn Field. David M. Walker Stadium inside the Matt Miller press box. And what were some things that you think Martinsburg can do better in the second half to try to come back and potentially tie this one up or even get the win? And then how does Musselman kind of close things out?
I'll start with Martinsburg. I feel like, as I mentioned in the last segment, they just need to go back to working through possession, make sure that they're 100% on the passes that they are intending to make instead of really just trying to go with the dump and run and trusting the speed of both Navarro as well as Hernandez, because even though they have that speed, as I mentioned, Duran is playing really high in that goal box and able so far to really thwart out each deep through ball. And on the other side, Musselman, you just got to be able to press Martinsburg, because when they've done that and had possession, that's when they were able to counterattack. You have the 2-0 advantage. If you think that Martinsburg's going to press you again, work through that counterattack and beat them that way, because it's worked so far.
Yeah, it has, and I think Musselman's done some good things, especially when they kind of picked up the pace. Again, the Applemen haven't won a game since they beat Martinsburg on September 20th. The last win for the Bulldogs came on September 27th against Berkeley Springs, and the last EPAC win for Martinsburg was all the way back on September 6th when the Bulldogs got a 1-0 win over the Jefferson Cougars. So we're back to action here after the 10-minute halftime break, and the two teams are back on the pitch. And we will get ready for the start of the second half as Fields will kick it off, and it will be Musselman possession to start this second half. Instead of having a coin toss, Colin, what do you think about a face-off in soccer? I don't think it would work too well.
I'm for it.
You're for it?
Yeah.
I feel like that could result in a lot of shin splints. But as we just get started here, Martinsburg with the possession, trying to through ball as the teams have flipped sides, and Duran comes out and knocks it away for the Applemen. So ball on the Musselman side of the pitch. Throw in. Knocked around, and be a goal kick for Musselman. It's kind of that first possession for Martinsburg, doesn't do much with it. We continue to see a good performance from Duran in goal.
Now I think Duran's trying to figure out where the 6-yard box is for the goal kick. Kind of tough to see in the turf.
It is. It's a very kind of black line there, but it's kind of tough to see it. I asked you before. I was like, where is the yardage boxes?
Tough.
But then we figured out it would be around the 18, so the 8-yard marker on the football field, and then the goalie box would be around the 6, so around the S in Martinsburg. Or that doesn't really make sense, but you get what I mean. Kind of.
Yeah.
Halfway through the S. Or all the other letters as well. In the end zone. As it is Martinsburg possession, throw in here. And it heads out.
Yeah, he just threw it in too quickly. Didn't allow time for his teammate to get downfield to get to the ball. You can wait. There's no offsides on a throw, and allow him to get behind the defense.
And take your time on those throw-ins. As Musselman leads here 2-0, and the Applemen get a little bit of momentum potentially there. Chaz Fields trying to play it for Musselman, but now the Bulldogs take back over. Hansel Messner with possession momentarily, but now Martinsburg turns it over. Fields fighting for it on this near side. We've seen a lot of the substitutions for the Bulldogs, a pretty young team. As the rain picks back up here at Coburn Field.
Yep, you can hear it hitting the metal bleachers below us.
There's no fans are, I guess, allowed on this near side, or at least none are sitting on the near side. Everybody has chosen to sit on the away side. Bulldogs with the possession, through ball attempted. Both teams trying to chase it down. The Applemen get there first.
Great job.
And win the possession.
Shielding the attacker to win the throw-in.
So Bulldogs trying to work it around here. Musselman back with the possession. Fields. So far, it's been a lot of trading possession in the midfield to begin this second half. Collins hit with a foul there. So it'll be a free kick for Musselman on the Martinsburg side of the field, already leading 2-0. In about 35 and a half minutes to go in this second half. Be a free kick for Musselman.
How many players' moms do you think are mad at their kids for not wearing any long sleeves underneath their uniforms?
Well, the field goal attempt is good, but...
wrong sport.
Oh. My bad. But, I don't know. Maybe not too many senses. I mean, it's not cold. It's just wet. So I don't know.
Still, with no sun out, you're possibly going to get cold because of it.
It's true.
Can ask him afterwards.
Could do a survey. Get Braden on that. But Robert Kay with possession for Martinsburg. Bulldogs turn it back over, and Musselman gets it back. We have a player injured here on the near side at midfield. Limping for Musselman is number 5, Connor Brown. And Brown has to check out. Running on for the Applemen is number 32. Daryl Nagusta, the midfielder / defenseman for the Applemen. Martinsburg back with the possession. Working it around is Richards. Ball on the far side now. Hits off the top of the fencing there on the far side, and Martinsburg gets it back. Fields, through ball, trying to get it to his teammate. And in goal for Martinsburg, coming in for the injured Tanner Adams, has been Andrew Fisher. I think he's done a pretty good job for a guy that isn't even listed as a goalie on the roster.
I agree. He made the right decision there to come out on the ball and was fortunate to get it to ricochet off the striker.
Fisher, a senior for Martinsburg. But I believe this is his first goalie action, at least on the stats that we were provided. He had not played any goalie this season.
Late whistle for the penalty there, waiting to see if advantage was won. I actually do like the fact that he waited to see if play would continue, if the ball would be won again by Musselman or not, but it was not, so he went back and called the penalty.
Good officiating there as Musselman has a free kick at around the 22-yard line, and the kick is off the upright. Or off the, not
nope,
off the
you
upright.
were right. It was off the upright, and that's why they blew the whistle for a goal kick.
There you go.
But I believe now the official's waiting to see if he made the right call or not, with the assistant referee on the near side, if it actually hit off the upright, like you said, or if it actually hit off the crossbar of the goal frame.
And it looks like it hit off the crossbar.
And they're going to say that, so it's going to be a corner.
That's why I started to correct myself, Colin, because I had realized.
Well, I thought it hit off the upright. I thought you were actually correct, and it was out of bounds for a goal kick, Martinsburg.
But no, it did hit off the crossbar of the goal, not the crossbar of the field goal post. As Musselman regains possession here, trying to get the offense going again. It's already it is 2-0 Musselman. Fields with it. He'll play it in toward the box. And coming up and playing it is Fisher for Martinsburg. He'll send a good toss over toward the sideline. Bulldogs with it now in the midfield. Ball being knocked around by the two teams. Musselman keeping it, though, on the Martinsburg side of the field. Yeah, Musselman doing a good job of keeping the possession here and really draining that clock, and also staying on the Martinsburg side so the pressure remains on the Bulldogs here. Gordon with the give and go between him and Cromwell. It's deflected and taken away by the Bulldogs. Kay dribbles right into the midfield. Good stop by Musselman. Musselman bench providing some excitement here on this near side.
Trying to give some energy to their teammates.
Is, again, Duran doing an excellent job in goal, Colin, of playing those balls that get through. Musselman trying to go with the quick counter, but it's taken away by the Bulldogs. Exchange of possession here in midfield between Musselman and Martinsburg. Trying to keep it alive. For the Applemen was Jacob Gordon, but he couldn't just track it down. With under 30 minutes to go in the second half, we have a substitution. And a little bit of a break in the action as there'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Throwing in is Mason May. And then Robert Kay losing it. And quickly Musselman looks to push it up the field.
Yep, so far Musselman has definitely been the better team this half, picking up right where they left off in half number one, being able to possess the ball well and keep the ball in their attacking zone, in the defensive zone of Martinsburg, who has yet to have a true opportunity in this half, and that's why they still trail 2-0, Nick.
Yeah, Hansel Messinger was standing out of bounds when he got that touch, so the ball will go back to Musselman. 28.5 minutes to go. Here's the throw-in from Stegmeyer, and good job by Fisher again to come out.
Yeah, I almost thought that was really close to an illegal throw. If you remember what I told you earlier, you have to go all the way back and forward in a straight line. You cannot throw it from the side of your head, and I almost thought he did.
But no call from the officials. Luckily for Martinsburg, it didn't result in anything as the rain has picked up in the second half quite a bit and the temperature has started to drop as well. Martinsburg starting to maybe get some offense going. See if the Bulldogs can heat things up on the pitch. Shot attempt from Gonzalez goes well wide. Or Hernandez, excuse me.
Yeah, but it looked like he was one off balance and two hit that one with his weak foot, and that's why it went awry. It's also even tougher in the rain to put a beautiful touch on the ball.
Yeah, definitely not an easy attempt from Hernandez, but one of the few opportunities for the Bulldogs in this second half. Maybe the first opportunity of the second half as we approach about 27 minutes to go. It is 2-0 or 2-0. Musselman leading Martinsburg.
You can see right now as the rain continues to fall, Martinsburg there just trying to dry off the ball as best as they can to have a clean throw-in even.
Yeah, and I would imagine the field's starting to get a little bit more slick as well. So here's a shot on goal. Good job by Fisher to save it. And also by the Martinsburg defenseman to clear it away, because that's one of those saves that can always be dangerous if you can get a rebound
Yeah, but it was
play.
a smart clear of the ball out of bounds, allows your teammates to get back and help you defend so that you have the numbers back there instead of the other way around.
26-20 to go. Ball played into the box, and it will be out of bounds. So should be a corner kick here for Musselman.
That's always tough, is giving a team a corner kick.
.26 minutes to go. Here's the play in from the corner. And in front of the goal, and Fisher just dives on top of it. He'll toss it up the field.
Can even feel the temperature starting to drop in the press box.
The rain continues to be a steady, consistent downpour here. Not
bad pass.
Pouring, but there's a shot and wide of the goal. 25 minutes to go. 2-0. Here's the corner. Fisher dives on top of it again off the shot from Fields. Could have extended the lead to 3-0. But again, Fisher standing strong in goal. Not the normal goalkeeper, but has done his job in relief of the injured Tanner Adams.
Beautiful pass, and Duran, ooh. I don't know if he actually won the ball or not.
It's a tough play there on the near side. Carper was trying to chase it down for the Bulldogs and set something up. As the freshman Andrew Tetrick will run on for the substitution for Martinsburg.
Number 8, Andrew Tetrick.
So Tetrick comes on for Collins, who will check out. As Martinsburg hopes that maybe the fresh legs can get something going for the Bulldogs.
But again, another throw-in that just rolls right out of bounds.
"23 minutes, 45 seconds to go in this contest. It is 2-0 Musselman on top of Martinsburg. Ball played around at midfield. Bulldogs send it forward. This team's kind of switch possessions.
And right now, they're just playing kickball.
Yeah.
Got to settle it down.
Nice tackle there on the far side by the Bulldogs. Two nothing. Martinsburg trails Musselman here at Coburn Field.
But if you've noticed the past few minutes, Martinsburg has been able to get possession of the ball, just still have not seen an opportunity on goal.
It's been a better kind of midpoint to this second half than how this second half started. The beginning of the second half felt like it was all Musselman. Now it's kind of evened out a little bit, but still the Applemen with the commanding 2-goal lead will make it tough on this young Martinsburg team that tries to work in its younger guys at this point in the ball game to see what they can do to provide a spark. As Navarro, he'll send a long kick in toward the box. Could be trouble. Deflected around and goes cleared of the goal.
Now have the late whistle. Far side assistant referee immediately put the flag up for offsides.
Well, and all that wouldn't have mattered as Duran is a little slow to get up, I believe, but now appears to be all right. So goal kick for Musselman.
That would be a big game changer if Duran had to go out. We'd see both teams down to a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, and he's played really well. And overall, I think the goalkeeping has been good on both sides, even with the backup Andrew Fisher checking into the game. He's done his thing in goal. He didn't even have a goalie jersey, but has done a good job there for Martinsburg. As here's a throw-in deflected by the Applemen. And Duran will let it roll out for the goal kick.
Yep, Duran has really made impressive decisions back there.
I think that's going to actually go for a corner, so it might not have been a good decision.
I stand corrected. That was not a good decision. But yet he still has a clean sheet.
Yeah, opportunity here for the Bulldogs. About 20 minutes to go. Cross played in, and
should be another corner.
Yep, will be a corner on the opposite side this time. The opposite side corner comes in and wide of the goal.
That is a tough one if you're Martinsburg. The ball from the front post rolled all the way to the back post, and nobody was able to just put a foot on it and ricochet it for a possible goal. And now we have a whistle blown to try and see. Looked like the official just was not ready for the goal kick. He is now. It's 2-0 Musselman. Martinsburg gets the ball back after the 50-50 ball. Some frustration setting in for the Bulldogs as a foul against Robert Kay will give the free kick to Musselman. We'll have to see if Kay is cautioned or not, if it's just a verbal warning. The official, as you could hear, there are a crowd mic for TV10 having to tell the bench of Martinsburg to keep quiet. Free kick just goes too far down the near line and out of bounds for a goal kick of Martinsburg. 18.5 minutes left in regulation. Musselman trying to get its 4th win of the season, the 2nd one against Martinsburg. The goal kick just goes through the back line. Musselman, who eventually was able to track it down and beat Martinsburg to it. The Applemen really just trying to keep possession, work the ball around, spread out Martinsburg's defense before deciding to fully attack as they lose possession and regain control. Ball go out of bounds, throw in for Martinsburg. Bad touch by the Bulldogs will allow it to go out. Looked like it was intended to be a shot, but nowhere near the target. It's a goal kick for Musselman. Martinsburg again on the goal kick of Musselman, though, able to regain possession. They try to work it back upfield. A late through ball to the far side of the pitch. It's tracked down, open man in the middle, but the pass is deflected and will go out of bounds for a Bulldog throw-in. Musselman still leads 2-0, and a cross into the box, but nobody's there for Martinsburg. This one will come to the near side touchline. Back to the goalkeeper, Duran. Duran works it back to Musselman's possession as they work it slowly back upfield. Could possibly see a counterattack, but Martinsburg's able to get the ball back. A shot off the hands of Duran, who should have let that one go. It would have easily been a goal kick, but instead an opportunity now for Martinsburg with a corner kick. Could this be the spark that the Bulldogs need? The rain pours down at Coburn Field. Corner kick low, and immediately back, crossed in. Nobody able to put a true touch on it, and it goes back outside the 18-yard box. Martinsburg gets possession right back. This one will be cleared back out to the neutral zone. The Bulldogs still have possession and are really trying to work their way back into it as they trail 2-0. Ball's going to go out of bounds. The official points for a Martinsburg throw-in. 14.5 minutes left in half number 2 in this rivalry matchup between Musselman and Martinsburg. Both teams already know their respected opponents come sectional playoffs next week. It will be Martinsburg taking on Spring Mills and Musselman heading to Hedgesville. But still tonight, in this EPAC game, bragging rights on the line between the two schools. Musselman trying to switch fields as a high ball will just go cleared out into the bench of the Applemen for a Bulldog throw-in on the near side at midfield.
Yeah, calling about 13:30 to go here, so 2-0. Still our score, and see what the Applemen can do to keep this lead.
So far, the simple possession back and forth has been just enough. All they have to do is play defensively, and it's worked.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the flow of this game since the end of the first half. Seemed like start of the second half, the Applemen were able to kind of push the ball into Musselman territory quite a bit. But really since the midpoint, then again in this second half, we haven't seen a whole lot of offensive opportunities.
And this is the second penalty that we've seen on a hard foul from Kay. I'm really surprised that we did not see a yellow card be pulled out. See, earlier had that tough slide tackle.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised as well, but at this point in the game, maybe they just don't want to give him another yellow. Just about 12 minutes to play in this one. Musselman leads Martinsburg 2-0. A disagreement between the officials here and the Applemen player on this near side. It's Ettinger.
He believed it should be a throw-in for Musselman, but instead it's a throw-in for Martinsburg.
Luckily, he didn't get himself a card there. I mean, I don't know what was said, but just a quick disagreement from the official, able to calm down, though quickly did Ettinger. As this rain has picked up pretty consistently here in the second half. Don't know if it's had a huge impact on things, but I mean, anytime you're dealing with weather, it can be tough. Musselman back with the throw in here on the near side for the Applemen. And another disagreement from Ettinger.
Yep, they're giving the throw in to Musselman. The head official overruled the assistant referee.
So Applemen will chuck it from Stegmeyer, who sends it in the middle. Ettinger misses the header. Ball gets knocked around. High kick into the sky.
It's going to be dangerous allowing that ball to bounce around inside the 18-yard box.
Musselman, or Martinsburg, I should say, able to temporarily clear things, but now heads out of bounds, and it will be Martinsburg possession there on the far side. So, Colin, we're getting to crunch time here, about 10:45 to go in this match, and if Martinsburg wants to tie things up, the Bulldogs are going to have to start pressing and start.
Yeah, they need to really command the pace, and you can see Musselman's content with just possessing the ball and time wasting as they work it all the way back to Duran. Just playing keep away, and that's all they need to do up 2-0.
Quick throw in as Musselman tries to get a little bit of offense going. And another goal would probably put it away, but even at this point, I mean, you have that commanding 2-0 lead. You can afford to give up a goal and still be in control of the ball game.
Yeah, and now hopefully he's okay and we're not seeing some time wasting. And we saw some time wasting. Not as much as you see in professional soccer, but that's because the officials here in West Virginia will not take too kindly to time wasting. They don't put up with the antics of high schoolers compared to professional soccer players. That will.
Free kick sets up an opportunity for Musselman, and the kick goes just over the crossbar. And out of play will be a goal kick for Martinsburg. So
beautiful ball on the free kick, just took a weird hop, and that's what on the volley put the ball sailing over the goal.
And that can happen from time to time when you're playing on the turf. The ball bounces a little bit differently, just like it rolls faster.
I don't know if I saw anything there, but we get a penalty. Quick free kick for Martinsburg.
Yep, 9:28 to go in this one. 2-0. Musselman leading Martinsburg. Good back and forth action. Here's a tough through ball to chase down for the Applemen. And again, good job by Fisher to come out of goal. He's had to have played a little bit of goalie this season based on what we've seen, even though the stats told us he hasn't.
Yeah, he's definitely been reliable back there for Martinsburg after Adams went out with the injury. But still, his offense hasn't helped him as they trail 2-0.
I mean, the stats we know are inaccurate for the goalies because...
Yeah, we were only told goals and assists were accurate for Martinsburg. So,
well, there we go. But just if you look at them, I mean, it says the goalies and how many games they've played, and it doesn't add up to 15, which we know Martinsburg has played 15 games this season with 8:30 to go. In this ball game, the Applemen trading possessions between them and Martinsburg here at midfield. Martinsburg in that point where haven't really gotten a touch on the Applemen side of the field in what feels like a long time.
Yeah, some great hustle, though, here on the near side by the midfielder Mason May.
Yeah, he's showed some good things in his time on. I mean, we've seen May get after it along with, for Martinsburg, Jordan Baracker. But the Applemen with the ball just outside the goal box. There's a shot. It gets past Fisher, but it does go out of bounds for a corner kick.
He got lucky there. Musselman was ready to fall on top of that one if it stayed in.
The cross in on the corner just outside the goal. The shot is just wide of the far side post. It'll be a goal kick for Martinsburg. Musselman still on top 2-0. And the Applemen are looking for the goal that would put this one away, I think, with about 7 minutes to go. Still, though, an opportunity remains for the Bulldogs. Now the goal kick. Ball goes out of play. Martinsburg trying to get it onto that Musselman side of the field and get something going. Ball played to this near side for Martinsburg.
Takes a bad hop and goes out.
Baracker, who's been playing very aggressively. Now here's Collins. Dump it down to Hernandez.
You got to switch fields and realize that you have more space on that far side. Everybody from Musselman is on this near side defending you. Got to give Navarro the ball.
Starting to run out of time and opportunities if you're the Bulldogs. 2-0 Musselman. Martinsburg with the through ball.
Musselman really parking the bus, having 5 defenders back there now trying to cling on to this 2-0 lead.
There's Ettinger. Miscommunication between him and Fields as it just goes right through his legs. And Martinsburg takes back over. Here's an opportunity for Carper and the Bulldogs. Trying to hit Bracker again, but pass goes out of bounds. 5:40 and counting to go in this ball game. It's 2-0 Musselman. And Musselman can continue to park the bus, like you said, Colin, and keep the ball in front of them. Should be an Applemen win, which would be the first time since September 20th that Musselman was in the win column when they beat these very Bulldogs 6-1 in Inwood. Of course, tomorrow we'll have Martinsburg football action for you on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube, along with radio side of things. Looking for that one against Spring Mills, young Spring Mills Cardinals team. And Saturday, it's we're back with Shepherd Rams football, just on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as the Rams are in action at home for homecoming against Millersville. It's a noon kickoff, 11:30 pregame show. You guys go on 30 minutes earlier tomorrow, Colin, 5:30 pregame show.
That is true for those that want to tune in to Martinsburg football. The pregame show will now be at 5:30 and will go a full hour and a half before kickoff between the Cardinals and the Bulldogs at 7 p.m.
It should be fun. Should be an interesting game.
One. Hopefully those tuning in today will tune in tomorrow and join myself on the call alongside Dylan Bishop.
Just 4 minutes to go in this one. And, of course, we'll have a breakdown of all the high school football matchups around the EPAC tomorrow on the Sports Mix at noon. So we'll talk about this game. We'll talk about some other scores in high school soccer. But for the high school football fans out there, we'll have kind of a breakdown of everything going on there on the Sports Mix. But Musselman, Martinsburg going at it here on the pitch. We'll get back to the action here as turnover for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, and appearing to be a little bit shaken up on the plays. Dallas Richards kind of grabbing at his side and walking with a little bit of a limp on this near side and trying to loosen things up, and it looks like he's going to stay on the pitch. Turnover for Musselman on its own side of the field. Set something up for Martinsburg potentially here, but Hernandez can't handle it. Bad throw in there, and that leads to a turnover. Musselman now fighting for it, losing possession. Richards gets it back. Richards on the offensive attack. Crosses it in. Turner Hernandez in the box, and he shakes it just wide of the goal. Probably the best opportunities Martinsburg has had in this second half. And can't quite get it on the board. 2:35 to go. That would have made things interesting, Colin, if that ball finds the back of the net.
Yeah, it definitely would have. I still feel like it probably would have been too little, too late, but that is probably the best opportunity that they've had in the game for Martinsburg. Definitely in the second half. I think it's been the only opportunity in the second half, it feels like, for the Bulldogs.
Richards providing a little bit of a spark for Martinsburg. Throw in for the Dogs, but it should be Musselman throwing, as that was what the official was signaling. 2:02 and counting to go in this one, 2-0. Musselman leads here at Coburn Field. Applemen with Fields now. Moving it forward, dribbles his way in, loses possession. Richards comes up with it for the Dogs, and that's got to be maybe a card there by Gordon, who kind of charged into him, but no call, so kind of surprised by that. Unless they were saying it was more of a flop, but still contact you can't be making. There's some aggressive play on the back end. Good job by the Musselman defense to knock that ball out away with 1:14 to go. 2-0 Musselman.
Looks like we had a penalty.
Yep, so that will get it back to the Applemen. They can kind of just dribble this thing out at this point, Colin. 55 seconds on a rolling clock. They'll keep it away from the Bulldogs and get the 4th win of the season unless something historic happens here. 35 seconds. Duran will hold it for as long as he can before booting it high into the air onto the Martinsburg side of the field. Fields recovers. Bulldogs get it back. Final 20 seconds to go before this one concludes. Both teams change possession a few more times. 10 seconds left. Martinsburg running out of time. Musselman clears it. Fields. 2 seconds. Final seconds roll off the clock. And the Musselman Applemen are victorious. 2-0 over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will fall to 3-10-3, while Musselman improves to 4-6-3. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show, and we will wrap things up here from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. This is West Virginia High School Soccer on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Visit us at Orr's Farm Market, just 5 miles west of Martinsburg, to pick up all your local fresh fruits and vegetables. With our in-house bakery, fresh fruit slushies, and apple cider donuts, you can't go wrong. Live bluegrass every Saturday from 12 to 5 p.m. And check out all that's local and delicious at Orr's by going to orrsfarmmarket.com or visit our Facebook page.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to Martinsburg High School as the Musselman Applemen get the 2-0 win over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Calling a pretty competitive match between these two teams. Early on, Martinsburg looked really good, had some good opportunities. The Musselman defense stayed consistent, though, throughout the match in denying those opportunities, and then Musselman picked things up kind of in the middle part of that second half, and then other than that, it was kind of just a game of keep away and defense throughout the second half. But good win for the Applemen, 4th win of the year for them. Unfortunately, this young Martinsburg team, for Bulldog fans, unfortunately fall to 3-10-3. But we had to have probably a winner time, and we could have had it tied. And overall, it was a good match, I think, between these two teams.
Yeah, it was, and I think overall, though, on both sides, you're not overall happy with the outcome. Yes, it was a closer match than last time, if you're Martinsburg, wanting to look at it that way, but you still lost and you were shut out and didn't have too many opportunities on goal. And on the other side, you know this was a winnable game, and yes, Musselman did get the win. Congratulations to them. But I felt like too many times, maybe not the entire time, Martinsburg had possession, and it seemed like at times Musselman was content with just letting them play. Maybe that's the strategy that they decided to go with tonight because of the wet conditions, and just wanted to be able to get counterattacks knowing that they could win by a score of 2-0. But when you're going into sectional play next week, I feel like you probably wanted a little bit of a crisper game overall on both sides to hopefully carry momentum forward. And I don't think either team really had that tonight.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair point. One thing that you can note, though, is this is a Musselman team that's on a losing streak, or at least a winless streak, and finally get back in the win column, which is something you want to do before sectional play. But I would say that I would agree it's not that super impressive game that you wanted to have, or that really good performance, but a win is a win, and to get back in the win column is the most important thing. We'll go over the scoring here. McGinnis gets the first goal of the match for Musselman, and then Fields gets the second to give the Applemen the 2-0 win. Colin, do you have a player of the game for us here tonight as Musselman gets this win? You know, good goal scorers, but also good goalkeeping play by the Applemen?
That's who I'm going to give it to, is Oscar Duran, getting the clean sheet tonight between the goalposts in the net. Really made some pretty good decisions. The only time we really questioned his decision-making was when he let that one go out in the second half, when he thought it was a goal kick, but it turned out to be a corner. But still, he's able to make saves when necessary and come out of his box to clear the ball when he had to. So great job by him holding Martinsburg to a scoreless night, so he's my player of the game.
All right. I would agree with that. I think he played well, so that's a good choice by you, Colin.
Thank
you. Good job.
Good job to you as well.
Thanks. And that will do it for us. Once again, your final score, Musselman 2, Martinsburg nothing. For Braden Schaffner, Spencer Dupuis back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Musselman beats Martinsburg for the second time this season to improve to 4-6-3. The Bulldogs fall to 3-10-3. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow for high school football action.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, No dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.